What's going on, everybody? JHal here, and in this Diablo 3 video, I'm going to bring you the top 10 solo builds from Season 5 and Patch 2.4. Coming in at number 10 is the Demon Hunter, and this is going to be using the Unhallowed Essence set. Now, this is built using the Yang's Recurve as well as the Dead Man's Legacy to get max potential using the multi-shot build. Using Arsenal on multi-shot turns this into a fire build and allows you to fast-fire multi-shots at a ridiculous pace. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite put out the damage as some of the other Demon Hunter builds, but it still is going to check in on this list at number 10. At number 9, we are going to be looking at the Demon Hunter again, this time with the NATALYA'S set bonus. This allows you to go into that spin to win that was made popular almost a year ago. It's had some changes, it's allowed you to do a few different things, and now with Kanai's Cube allows you to modify a few aspects of this build. You're still going to be dropping down with Rain of Vengeance, however you are going to be using Shade. Making use of the Fan of Knives to do some damage is worked into this build as well. It's another different playstyle, far different from the Unhallowed Essence that just checked in at number 10. We are going to be seeing this checking in at our list today at number 9. Checking in at number 8 is the SHENLONG'S build for the Monk. This is using both Shenlong weapons as well as the RAIMENT set and a blend of the NATALYA'S set. This allows you to do a ton of primary skill damage with the Flying Dragon in your cube, meaning you are punching with those lightning fast punches. This build was made popular in Season 4 and continues to do well in Season 5. It's not at the top of the Greater Rift leaderboard, but it is in the top 10 and still holding strong. Checking in at number 7 is the Demon Hunter once again. This time, the Demon Hunter is going to be dropping huge bombs by way of the updated Manticore and the Marauder's set bonus. This allows you to use Cluster Arrow and just shoot from sentries repeatedly to do max damage. It's currently number 1 for the Demon Hunter on the leaderboards. Also making use of one once unnecessary item, the Cloak of the Garwolf is now making an appearance in Kanai's Cube. Being able to update the build and the set allowed for the Demon Hunter to start pushing higher Greater Rifts. It still doesn't quite crack our top 5, but it is getting closer with a bright future for the Demon Hunter. Next up is the Wizard, making its first showing with the DMO build using the Arcane Orb. This was very popular on the PTR, making use of the Triumvirate as well as the Unstable Scepter and the Orb of Infinite Depth. This allows you to get right back into melee range, freeze a lot of your enemies, and do a ton of damage in the process. This was a very popular and still a very liked build. It's clearing some high Greater Rifts, not necessarily on top of the leaderboard, but it is very strong and a very fun playstyle. Moving into our top 5, checking in is the Monk once again, this time using the full NATALYA'S build as well as the updated crudest boots. Now, we've seen a shift towards this as the season has progressed. Being able to use your Mystic allies in a way you never could before is a thing of beauty. Putting out a ton of damage by having those Mystic allies surrounding you. This was made popular by the big streamer Quinn69. He has been playing this one and is in the top 10 of the seasonal leaderboards with a shot at the top. You can keep an eye on this over on Twitch, but you can also see this played plenty because this is one of the most popular builds in Season 5 and Patch 2.4. Making its first appearance in the top 10 is the Witch Doctor, coming in at number 4. Now, this is a bit of a different playstyle that is very popular and made extremely popular by BigDaddyDen, who you can find on Twitch and on YouTube. He is the Witch Doctor extraordinaire and can definitely show you how to play this build. With there being no true set outside of the rings, this does require a little bit different gearing. You can find a lot of information over there, but this will probably be changed up going into Season 6 as well as patch 2.5 for a little bit more focus on those sets. Now, the no set build is not the only one on our top 10, so let's get into the top 3. Coming in at number 3 is going to be the Barbarian. Now, the Barbarian charge build was extremely popular about this time last year, and it has made a huge resurgence with the update to the RAEKOR'S and the Immortal King set. This allows you to use charge and do a lot of damage, as made extremely popular by Twitch streamer Chainer. Chainer is a staple on top of the Barbarian leaderboards every season, and he is number 1 again as of this video. You can check him out, or you can check out the guide that I did at the start of the patch and see the details there as well. And moving forward, we will see probably a shift and the other builds for the Barbarian brought up, but right now the RAEKOR Immortal King set reigns supreme. Checking in at number 2 on the top 10 is the Crusader. The Crusader received several changes to its set pieces in patch 2.4. However, none of them are involved in this build because we have our second no-set build in this top 10. Made very popular this season, especially by hardcore extraordinaire Leviathan. You can find out a lot of information for this build by checking him out on Twitch. There's a lot of information for the bombardment set, but since you're not using any set pieces, gear is going to be very specific as far as certain items you want to put in certain places. Obviously, with no sets there, you will have to make sure that your gear is ancient in order to get max value with the new changes to Kanai's Cube. So you can find out a lot of information over there, but this is going to be the last of our no set builds as we move in to our number 1 build in patch 2.4. And finally, our number 1 build in patch 2.4 and Season 5 is brought to you by its most popular hero in this patch, and that is the Wizard. And once again, making use of the DMO set, this is built around the Energy Twister, making good use of the Twisted Sword, as well as the possibility of the Etched Sigil or the Orb of Infinite Depth. You can do a lot of damage in a couple of different ways. So there's a few variations, but it's mostly built around the Energy Twister. Obviously, with a lot of people playing Wizard this season, this has been one of the most popular builds as well for Greater Rift climbing. So that wraps up the Diablo 3 top 10 solo builds for Greater Rifts in patch 2.4 and Season 5. Now, there might be some debate as far as where these lie or what might be missing from this list. So feel free and let me know and debate about it in the comments and see if you can find what fits well for you. Also, don't forget to go and check out those who were highlighted both on Twitch and on YouTube and support them and check out these builds in action if you haven't seen them already. And if you're looking for more Diablo 3 and other gaming content, be sure and subscribe as well, or check me out on Twitch where I'll be streaming these builds as well. I appreciate you guys watching as always. Till next time, happy hunting. See you again.